Well, howdy gang. Jeff from G's Gear here, knocking out a video this evening of a really funky 1972 Harmony H35 Batwing Mandolin, electric mandolin. Really cool, really infectious. I wish I was more than just a beginning mandolin player so I could make this thing sound better for you. But it's just been through the shop and it's completely set up and ready to go. It plays very easily and it's just a delight to sit with this thing and play. So a little bit about it. As I said, it's from 1972, one of the last years of the Harmony company. And it is, I think it's all solid woods. I really do. Spruce top, maple back and sides, maple neck, Brazilian rosewood fretboard and bridge. That's kind of the stock and trade for how Harmony made a lot of instruments. But this is truly an electric mandolin. It's not an instrument that you would play out acoustically because it makes very little sound. The way the mandolin was designed, the inner part of the chamber, the hollow chamber here, the upper part of it is all blocked off with wood, which I think is the equivalent of putting a center block in an in an ES335. It's really there to control any kind of a feedback situation with the pickup. So it doesn't sound like much acoustically, but electrically it's really cool. I am running it this evening through a Fender Acoustasonic acoustic guitar amplifier, and I have it dialed in to sound reasonably like an acoustic mandolin would sound. But you can run this through an electric guitar amplifier and you can treat it like an ultra high end, in terms of frequency, electric guitar. You could process it with reverb, with delay, with phase shifting. You could put it through any kind of signal modification you want and really have an instrument that provides very interesting textural components to a live performance or a studio mix. It's got a de-arming gold foil pickup. These things are sweet. They're great. This has a lot of punch to it. I have to keep the amp down low because it'll overwhelm the pickup on the little camera here. But you could crank this thing and it is blistering. It really puts out the sound. Volume control, tone control. I'll leave the volume control alone for now just so we don't mess up the sound here, but I'll just kind of put it through a little range of the tone. Roll the tone really off to nothing. And it takes most of the sound with it. You know, because the tone controls really roll off the high end and preserve the low end. There's not a whole lot of low end to a mandolin. But as I come through it, and bring it in a little bit at a time, it's got a big ringing quality, ringing sound to it. Personally, I'm a huge fan of a band from England called Lindisfarne, and they were just famous folk rockers in the early 1970s, and really the band went on into the 1990s. Great guys, great musicians, and they used electric mandolins on occasion. Their mandolinist for a large tenure of the band, a guy named Ray Jackson, actually plays the mandolin part on Rod Stewart's Maggie May electric mandolin. It was not a Harmony, but it was something darn close to it. And you know, if you're looking for that kind of sound, look no further. It's in great shape. We when it came in, the action was high. It's a bolt neck, so we took the neck off and shimmed it to get a better angle on it. There's plenty of room in the bridge to raise or lower it. We have it set at about 1/16 of an inch at the 12th fret, both sides. It's very comfortable. It could come down, I think, a little bit further. We leveled and crowned the frets. We took the tuners off, disassembled them, and lubricated them. They're like an open back Waverly 4 on a side, but they have a very, very high ratio. These are probably 30-something to 1 tuners, so the fine tuning capability of them is really great. Make sure you visit the website at our reverb.com store, where you can see photographs of the mandolin that were taken, up close and in great detail. And I've got it strapped on, so it's hard to show you the backside, but I've got pictures of the backside and the tuners and everything there. We had to do a couple of little repairs. There was a crack on the backside of the horn up here that we had to repair and fill. There was a small piece of the binding back here that had flaked off, and we put it back on. What else did we have to do to this thing? Mostly a lot of cleaning and setup work. The electronics worked perfectly. There's no hiss, crack, pop, nothing in the pots here. We did put a strap lug in. For some reason, these things were sold without strap lugs back at the tailpiece, so we put one on there for you. So it's got 2 strap lugs. She's ready to go. The tuners work great. The action is smooth. The neck is straight. We adjusted the height of the pickup to really get a nice balance there, and that's something you can play with if you want. 2 screws here, raise and lower the pickup. You can do that. It's got some nicks and dings. The way these guitars were often finished is that the color in the finish was put right into the lacquer and sprayed on. And so if you get a little chip in the lacquer and it flakes off, you just have a bare spot there. So there's a couple of those. There's the crack that we fixed. There's a surface crack here or there that are negligible. There are some, I want to call them gouges, but that really kind of overemphasizes what they are. There's some scratches in the finish here that look like they are cracks, but they are not. And other than that, it comes in its original Harmony chipboard case. It's a lined chipboard case. She's good to go. She's good to go. If you're a mandolinist and you would like to experiment with electric mandolin, or you're stepping into a setting where an electric mandolin might be more appropriate than your acoustic one for what you can do with signal processing, this is a great way to go. Won't break the bank, plays like a dream, funky looking. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'll noodle my way out of here so you can hear it. I'll just maybe comp some chords this time so you get a sense of the fullness of it. And it's at reverb.com, at G's Gear. And you can see it there for however long it lasts. And then it'll be up on the web in perpetuity, I guess. A lot of the Reverb listings seem to be. And we'll see you on the flip side. I've got one more guitar to do tonight. We'll get these videos up, so a lot of folks seem to be enjoying them. All right, gang, take it easy. We'll see you.